nice and sunny today. It wasn't that nice outside yesterday. But anyways, I can't wait to see stories that are written for Black and people of color, specifically women and girls. Like, we're already seeing like so many stories written for us, but I want specifically Muslim girls, women's stories that are made for us, that are written by us, specifically like Gen Z. Because we already see like millennials and the older generation wrote their stories, but like I just feel like it's time for Gen Z's turn. Like, I already saw some, but I want to see more, because you see like, because we don't see stories that are written for us. Like, we see in the UK about proper ladies, about the UK Somali woman writing her story. Love that, but I want to see us making our story, specifically Gen Z, because it's interesting to see like the Gen Z perspective of growing up in their immigrant household, and like growing up with the internet, growing up with social media at a young age, like what that's like in that perspective, especially from a person of color who's a girl and she's Muslim. Because when we see like stories about Muslim, we always see it from a man's perspective or a boy's. Like, for instance, like Rami Youssef, he made his own show. Another comedian, I forgot his name, he made his own show like a while ago, like on Netflix. Like, we don't see stories that are made for us, and if it is, it's written by a man. And there's no problem with that. But it's important to also represent people that look like us behind the scenes, as well as women who are hijabis. It's important to see that. Like, imagine just seeing like a Black woman of color who's a hijabi, just telling her story. That happens to be a Gen Z. Like, that would be really interesting to me, because it's normally stories that we see Muslim people, it's about a man. Or if it's a Muslim woman, she's older. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's time to show young people what their perspective is like, because we don't really see good representation of Gen Z. It's normally written by an older person, which is not a problem with that, but they don't really get it because they're not in that generation. Just like millennials, they had to write their own story because the older people were trying to write about them. So it's time to write that. I can't wait to see it, because it's going to be pretty interesting to see a girl out there in the world writing her story about a Black or a person of color main character that happens to be Muslim and grew up as a Gen Z, specifically like older or younger. And it's even especially more important to see a Black Muslim girl, because we don't see that, because we're not represented. We're not represented because people don't care about our stories except for us. And if they do, they stereotype us. They forget that Black Muslims exist, because most people, when they think of Muslims, they only think Arab or Desi, and that's not okay. Especially non-Muslims, even some Muslims, they think Black Muslims must be reverts if they're Black and Muslim. It's like, no, there are plenty of people who are born Muslim who are Black, and there's nothing wrong with the non-Muslims that reverted, that happen to be Black, but they exist, and we need to tell our stories, because I'm tired of the stereotype. I'm tired